Everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a review on Koala, the new Koala AI writer. I've had it for a while. I've been using it quite a bit, and I'm gonna, spoiler alert, this is probably one of my favorite AI writers of all time. Yeah, so this AI writer is one of those one-click blog generators, and it also has Koala Chat, which is basically ChatGPT built in. So instead of having to click over to ChatGPT all the time, you can literally do it all from one platform now. So here's Koala. You got your home page. You can actually do a quick access to Koala Chat. Let's do a quick rundown of everything. You got your home page. You got Koala Chat. You got your Koala Writer, which is just long form SEO-friendly blog articles. Koala Chat is just ChatGPT, and you can integrate with your Google Sheets. I'm assuming that's for the bulk create. I don't know for sure. I haven't done that yet. And then they do have a Discord community that you can join. Here's the Koala Chat. It's just ChatGPT. It's nothing crazy special. It's just ChatGPT, so you don't have to leave the platform. You can create everything you need here. Meta descriptions, all that. Then here you got your Koala Writer. This is where you do all the stuff. This is where we're going to spend most of the time in this one. Then we got the pricing. It does start at $9 per month, which is one of the most reasonable AI writers that actually do a good job of writing. Most AI writers, you have to heavily edit. This one's the exact opposite. You barely have to edit it at all. It's very good. It reads well. It flows well. It's well formatted. There's just nothing that Koala doesn't do good. That's why it's my favorite AI writer so far. It does start at the Essentials, which is $9 a month, gives you 15,000 words per month. Now with Koala Writer, it's a 5 times increase in word count usage to use GPT-4. So when you're looking at the pricing, this 15,000 words for $9 is only about 3,000 words for GPT-4. That being said, you don't need to use GPT-4. It's just better. It's better with the SEO optimized for sure, but if you have NeuronWriter, you don't necessarily have to use GPT-4. All right, and then we got the starter for $25 per month. This is where I would suggest jumping in on if you're interested in this. I'm not currently an affiliate, but I'm probably going to ask to be. I don't normally become an affiliate for every product I talk about, but I really like Koala Writer. I'm going to be honest with you. It's my favorite AI writer so far. It's still new to me. I've only had it for a week or two, but it's friggin' awesome so far. So this one gives you 45,000 words per month, which is just slightly under 10,000 words of GPT-4, like 9,000, I think. You get 500 messages of Koala Chat. And then the professional, this is where if you run a full-time blog or multiple blogs or a small portfolio, professional is probably what you're going to want. It gives you 100,000 words of GPT-3. Or if you want GPT-4, it gives you about 20,000 words of that. The average word count for Koala Writer is between 2,000 and 3,000 words. 100,000 words would be roughly 30 to 40 articles, which is pretty good for professional. $49 a month. And then you got Boost, which is $99. It gives you 250,000 words per month. You got the Growth, which is 500,000 words per month. And then the Elite, which is a ridiculous million. Now, it goes all the way up. You can keep going to 10 million. Unless you run a full-time agency with tons of clients, you will never need that many. Even GPT-4, that's 2 million words per month. That is crazy. All of my websites combined, I don't think, are 2 million words. That's unnecessary. I mean, unless you run a full portfolio, like of multiple websites, you don't need anything more than professional. Now, I personally have the Boost account, 250,000 per month, but I also run a small portfolio. So if I'm using, and I use GPT-4 pretty much all the time, usually, that's actually why I got that account. So if I wanted to use GPT-4, or if I wanted to pump out content like crazy, I had those options. Now here's your account details, and if you want to add an API, it's right down there. If you want to join the Discord channel, it's right there. Now here's the Koala Writer. Pretty simplistic. You got the Discord invite, the sample output if you want to check that out. They got, 5 options there. It's not too bad. Here's where you select your GPT-4 or GPT 3.5. You can do 2 article types with Koala. You can do a roundup, which is based around Amazon, or you can do the regular info blog post. So we'll cover the blog post first. So you put your keyword in here, You select your SEO optimization. Honestly, I would do AI powered every single time because it's just that good. There's no reason to not do that. You can do manually. So if you have NeuronWriter, you can go select everything, put it all in. That does good, but I've noticed their AI powered does just as good, and you don't have to do that. So skip a step. You don't need it. Or you could do the default and just not do SEO optimized. It still comes pretty SEO optimized. I believe it. When I was doing the default, I can test this in later videos if you want me to, because I have a ton of words. Even with the default, it was still getting like 40 out of 100, which isn't too bad. That's better than most AI writers. And then here you got the tone of voice. You can do SEO optimized, confident, knowledgeable, neutral, and clear. Or you can switch it to something else. Excited, professional, friendly, formal, casual, humorous. I have not tested these all that much. I generally use SEO optimized. I will probably test that in a future video as well. Then you got your language outputs. If anyone's interested in seeing what it's like with different languages, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll go ahead and spit out an article for you. Point of view. You can do first person, which is I, me, mine, me, or my. First person plural, which is uses the we, the us, and everything. And then you got second person, which is you, yours. Third person, he, she, it, they. We'll probably test this in a future video as well. I'll just do a whole series on this thing. I love this software. Now, use search, real-time search results. I always have this on, personally. That's just me. I like that it goes out and fetches what's out there and uses that in the article. I really like that. It's got real-time source filtering. If you only want it to learn from like mainstream websites, do that one. You got the default here, which I'm pretty sure it just takes from the top 10 of Google. So whatever's already ranking, that's where it gets its source information. And then you can enter in custom ones. There's a whole bunch. There's a whole article here. We're not going to get into that in this one. Maybe I'll cover that in a future video as well. Click this if you want it to cite sources. So where it goes and pulls the information from, the data and everything, it's going to cite the source next to the fact, which is really cool. I like that a lot. It does tend to use a lot of source links, though. So if you don't like linking out to other websites, maybe you want to turn that off. I like it personally because that's what I like to see in an article myself. So obviously I want the things I like in an article to be on my websites. Use outline editor. I always suggest doing this. I don't know why you'd ever want to go in blind. Just because it's an AI and it's probably smarter than we are doesn't mean it's going to get everything right every time. There's quite a few times where I have to go add in sections. Definitely you got to add in conclusions. Koala doesn't tend to like conclusions, I've noticed. And then you got your outline prompt. So if you want to put in your own outline and take it completely out of the AI's hands, you can. Extra title prompt. I don't normally use this, but if you want to have it, you say do a creative title, do a clickbaity title, stuff like that. The extra section prompt, this one you actually have to be pretty careful with because it's when it says every section, it means every section. So if you tell it to write something for the sections, it's going to do it in every section. So just keep that in mind. That's the regular blog post. Let's do the roundup here. Here's your keyword. You put that in there. You pick what Amazon you want it to pull the data from. So if you're from the UK, you'd pick the .co.uk. You pick the number of products you want. So if you want a top 10 blog post on the best dog food, you would put that to 10. Enable first-hand experience. This will make it sound like you have purchased and used the product yourself. If you don't want that and you want to be honest about it, turn that off. Amazon tracking ID. If you put your tracking ID for your website, it'll actually enter that into the Amazon links already. So when you upload it to WordPress, everything's there. You don't have to change anything unless you want to. Amazon search URL. I have not done this yet. I'll figure this out and I'll do another video in the future. But basically what this is you could put in a custom Amazon link to where it pulls specific products. Or instead of putting in the keyword best dog food and then taking the top 10 in this scenario. Because that's how it currently does it. Here's where you select your tone of voice. It's all the same as the regular blog post. Same with languages, all the same. Point of view, again, all the same. Outline editor, if you just want it to be truly a one-click post, which is still good, let me be clear about that, you would turn that off. But if you want to check it, you turn it on. Extra title prompts, extra section prompt, we've already discussed that. You do have the bulk mode, which we forgot to talk about over here. This is actually fairly new. I haven't actually used this yet, so we'll be doing this one in another one as well. You pick your product type, you do this, and you just put a comma between each keyword. So now we have a whole bunch of best dog food roundups that are going to get bulk written. Scroll down. Everything else is the same pretty much. Hit bulk create. You can actually integrate your WordPress website in here. I haven't done that yet either. I'll probably do that here soon to test it out. All right, so let's get into the articles. This time out, I actually went and found... I'm probably going to use this for testing all AI writers in the future because I got about 4 on the books to be tested. I'm pretty excited about a few of them. KoalaWriter is one I've been using for a while, and it's so far my favorite one I've ever used. So the reason we're using the same keywords is there's going to be a Roundup style, the best ceiling fans for a bedroom. It's going to be a Roundup style keyword. And then ceiling fan directions for winter is going to be an info style article. So let's see what we got here. We're going to use, first off, we're going to do a GPT 3.5 on KoalaWriter, and then we're going to do the same keyword with GPT 4. All right, the first keyword is best ceiling fans for a bedroom, the Amazon product Roundup, which is going to be what this is. All right, so you put your keyword in here, and then you select which Amazon you want. You can do it for different countries, so you're not locked into just the United States. So we're going to stick with 5 products because this isn't an actual post. Normally, when you do a post like this, you would go to Google. Real estate spice over here. That's kind of weird. 26 DA, so this is actually not a bad keyword. Let's copy what's working. Let's go 7. You can put your tracking ID here. Here you select your tone of voice. We're going to do SEO optimized because we're going to actually optimize these in NeuronWriter, and I'm going to show you how insanely good this can get. Here's where you select your language. They've added a ton of languages. And then you got the point of view. We'll go ahead and stick with the first person plural. And you always want to click the outline editor because that's going to tell you exactly what it's going to put in there. It's going to give you all the numbers to the products, so you don't actually have to search it on Amazon. You'll know what's in there. All right, and then we're just going to create the outline. The outline's generally pretty quick. It's the article that can take a while. See, it's already popped up. And KoalaWriter seems to hate conclusions, so if you want conclusions to your articles, I don't suggest doing it on roundups, but if you want them on most articles, you do have to add them in manually. And see, it's giving you a nice little list of everything I pulled up, and it looks like a good variety. There's no duplicates from what I can tell. We'll stick with this. It's very basic, but you don't want your roundups to be all that complicated. If you want to add a section, you can add either a regular H2 section or a new product section. If you do the H2, that would be like your conclusion, so it just adds it in there. If you want it to be an H3, you just kind of slide it over, and then if you want to slide it back, it's just that easy. So add a section, we'll do a new product, and you just enter in the Amazon standard identification number, which is when you go to a product, you can get it in the URL up here, just hover over that. It's always right past this DP thing. We're not going to do that extra one because I want the GPT-4 to be the same. GPT-3 is 3.5 is slightly faster. GPT-4 is pretty slow, but it also adds a lot of extra stuff in, which you'll see. And we'll come back when this is fully done. All right, the first one's done. Best ceiling fans for a bedroom, top picks, and buying guide. Word count is 2370. That's pretty good size article. So my biggest complaints about the way KoalaWriter does roundups is it doesn't put in the, I don't know what it's called, but the section between the introduction and like the first H2, where they list like the best for people on a budget, the best overall, stuff like that. They don't add that section in here. That would be really cool if they could figure out how to do that. But look at this article. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It is, the formatting's great. I mean, it needs more spaces, but beyond that, it's good. And the pictures, it pulls right in. When you put this in WordPress, all those pictures come with it. So this is the GPT 3.5 version. All right, so now let's do the GPT-4. We're going to leave everything else the same. So it's basically the same list. It's all the same things because Koala pulls directly from Amazon, and that's obviously the same. You're going to get a true side-by-side preview of the difference between GPT-4 and GPT 3.5. So now we're going to do ceiling fans direction for the winter. And this is just going to be a regular info blog post. So we put in the keyword. We're going to click AI-powered SEO optimization. And we got GPT 3.5. We're going to do SEO optimized. We're not going to change anything. In this one, we're going to do first person, we, us, ours. We want real-time search results. We're going to stick with default, though. We want it to cite sources. We do want to use the outline editor. We're not going to adjust anything, but we do want to look at it. I want to see the differences between GPT 3.5 and GPT-4. So that's the reason we're looking at the outline editor. All right, so the outline's done. Let's see what it comes up with. Ceiling fan direction for winter, how to maximize your energy savings. I like that. It's a good title. And this one we're going to do GPT-4. We're going to stick with everything else being the same. AI-powered optimization. We went first person, we, search results, cite sources, outline editor, and create. All right, and immediately we can see the differences in the outlines. I mean, this is much better outline. Now, we'll see what the difference is in the finished product. So it covers everything in the last article, the GPT 3.5, way more in depth, and it seems like a better structure, but no conclusion. We're not going to add it in because this is for testing only. So let's go ahead and write the article, GPT-4. All right, looks like the roundup for GPT-4 is finally done. And I'm going to be honest with you, it took about 15 minutes. It takes quite a while. It was 2,800 words, though. Pretty long. My biggest problem with KoalaWriter, honestly, is the introductions. They're just so long. These introductions are way longer than they need to be. This needs to be cut in half at least. 200 words just in introduction alone. I don't like that. You just go introduction, key takeaway areas, which is like best overall, best for budgets, best for airflow, and then straight into the best ceiling fans. It looks good. It looks like it added a lot more content for the actual fans. On the last one, it was a little bit thin. And it looks like it's like that pretty much all the way down. Yeah, it writes a lot of content for every fan. And then straight into the buyer's guide. It's got the bullet points. No tables in this one, which is okay. This is a great looking article. All right, the buyer's guide was size and dimensions, motor type, blades, noise level controls, energy efficiency, and aesthetics and style. It's a good looking article. And if we compare that to the other one, the GPT 3.5, it is 500 words longer. And it just, yeah, the big difference is the extra information after the pros and cons, where the GPT 3.5 is probably mostly pros and cons, which is okay. It's very inconsistent with GPT 3.5. Some of them have 3 paragraphs. Some of them have 1. There's another 3. There's another 1. Another big paragraph. And then, yeah, so it's inconsistent, which is probably not the best. You want it to be fairly consistent. If you wanted to go light on the content after the pros and cons, that's fine, but make it all that way. The buying guide isn't nearly as in depth on GPT 3.5. I mean, the formatting is better. There's more content in the buying guide. Yeah, the buying guide is 500 words on this one, and GPT 3.5 is 300 words. Quite a bit more, and it doesn't have the bullet points, so it doesn't look as good either. And GPT 3.5 are on the regular blog post, ceiling fan directions for winter. It is massive. 2,400 words, almost 2,500 words. We'll read through it in a second. Let's compare it to GPT-4. All right, GPT-4, only 1,400 words. Now, word count isn't everything, and we haven't checked it on NeuronWriter yet. So it could be it chose less words because that's what was required. We're in our test project on NeuronWriter. Ceiling fan directions for winter. We're not going to do anything special, so let's go ahead and start that. Best ceiling fans for bedroom. Those will be done in a second. Okay, so you got some numbered list. You got a bullet list in the GPT-4. You got some links to Home Depot articles. There's another one to the Spruce ceiling fan rotation direction. Another one from hunterfan.com. All very relevant links. The Hunter Fan one is about ceiling fan direction for summer and winter. So yeah, these are very relevant links to very relevant articles that are very high domain. The 3.5, I don't see any citation links. This is where 3.5 kind of struggles. It doesn't cite sources very well, but the content is drastically increased. So the buying guide is better in the GPT-4 model. It's clearly better. It made a few mistakes, but nothing major. It missed a couple things, but again, nothing major. It's way more robust than the 3.5 model. Overall, I would say overall, the GPT-4 did way better on the Roundup. So let's get into GPT 3.5 versus GPT-4 on info article. Now, there is a clear difference in amount of words. The GPT 3.5 wrote quite a bit more. I think that's why GPT-4 did quite a bit less. It's just doing better on the SEO. The average for this article says it only needs 1,100 words. So there you go. Fresh out of the box, nothing added to it. It's scoring a 66, which is pretty darn good. So let's go ahead and delete all this, add in the GPT-4. So actually the GPT-4 one's not optimized as well. It's a 64. Still not bad. From what I've seen of the Surfer articles, they were popping out optimized for about 70 to 75. So it's not too bad considering it doesn't cost $30. It doesn't cost $30 per article, I should say. I don't know what's up with the ceiling fan niche, but holy crap, everybody is really optimized in this niche. Whew. So let's do the GPT-3 first. This one is a 62. This is the GPT 3.5. Not too shabby. Let's try GPT-4, see what kind of difference we get. Okay, and this one is actually a 67. Holy cow. That's awesome. That's adding nothing to it. That's doing no extra optimizations. So that's the power of Koala. I think we showcased it pretty well. There is a clear difference between GPT-4 readability as far as, it's my opinion only, of course. I think GPT-4 writes better. It sounds better. It's more thorough, and it's more, the big one for me, it's more consistent. It's way more consistent in the review. So anyways, that's why I'm on the Pro plan instead of the Professional, because I want to use GPT-4. If you're interested in trying out Koala for yourself, I highly recommend it. Try it for $9 and you can upgrade it from there. It's very reasonable. I do suggest getting a higher one than the Essentials unless you're just dabbling with it, because $9 is super cheap. You'll be able to get 1 to 2 articles a month from GPT-4. Or you can get, if you don't mind a rough draft, that's what 3.5 is in my opinion, you'd be able to get 5 to 8 probably. The starter is where I would start if I only had like one website. The Professional, if I have, 1 to 3 websites that I'm doing like 1 post a week on. 2 websites where I'm doing 2 to 3 posts a week. Professional is the way to go. Yeah, it's very reasonable. It's probably one of the more reasonably priced AI writers that actually spit out almost post-ready content. This Roundup that is a 67 optimization, I could probably post that now on a website and rank it top 10 within, a month. And there is a bulk production on KoalaWriter, which we're going to cover in another video because my voice is in pain right now. So I appreciate you watching. If there's anyone that's watching this long, I freaking love you, man. I hope you guys like this, and I hope you guys can see the value in Koala because I sure do. If I get approved for the affiliate program, which I might not. I'm a pretty small YouTuber. If I do, it will be an affiliate link in the description. This is one of the few things that I'm willing to 100% endorse. I love Koala. It is what it is. It's my favorite so far. Hope you're doing more AI writer reviews over the next week. I have 4 on my list of to-dos. If you guys want me to do Surfer, I'll do it. I'm not super excited about it. I've seen a couple of other reviews on it. It doesn't seem super impressive for the price. But if you want to see that, let me know in the comments and I'll get it out. I appreciate you all watching, and I'll see you in the next one.